Hello friends, this is SR for CA. Today I took a problem in consolidated financial statements. This is a big issue and it is very interesting problem. Okay, now I am starting, right? Yeah. The problem is here given below are the financial statements of P Limited and Q Limited as on 31st March 2001. Okay, here given balance sheets of P Limited and Q Limited. Those are separate financial statements to in respect of P Limited and Q Limited. Okay, here assets, non-current assets, property, plant and equipment from P Limited. Okay, first I am reading first P Limited point of view. What is the balance sheet, and next Q Limited point of view. Okay, right. First P Limited property, plant and equipment 1,07,000. Same non-current investments 5,000. Loans loans 10,000. Okay, right. Current assets inventories 20,000. Financial assets trade receivables 8,000. Cash and cash equivalents 38,000. Next equity and liabilities, shareholders fund share capital 20,000. Other equity 1,20,000. Non-current liabilities, financial liabilities, long-term liabilities 30,000. Deferred tax liabilities 5,000. Long-term provisions 5,000. Current liabilities, trade payables 6,000. Short-term provisions 2,000. Total equity and liabilities 1,88,000. So notes to financial statements, reserves and surplus, general reserve 1 lakh, return earnings. This is additional information to balance sheet. Okay, general reserve 1 lakh, return earnings 20,000. Actually here given other equity 1,20,000. So in those 1,20,000, 1 lakh is related to general reserve, 20,000 is related to retained earnings. That is profit and loss account information. Next inventories, here given inventories 20,000. So in those inventories raw materials information 10,000, finished goods 10,000. That is balance sheet regarding P Limited. Next Q Limited also given here, property, plant and equipment 44,000. Non-current investments, financial assets, in those financial assets non-current investments 1,000, loans nil. Next current assets inventories 10,000. Financial assets in under financial assets trade receivables 10,000. 10,000 nothing but these are all in terms of lakhs, so 10,000 lakhs. Okay, right. Cash and cash equivalents 1,000 lakhs. Next total assets 66,000 lakhs. Next equity and liabilities, shareholders fund, share capital 10,000 lakhs, other equity 40,000 lakhs. Non-current liabilities, financial liabilities, long-term liabilities 10,000 lakhs, deferred tax liabilities 1,000 lakhs, long-term provisions 1,000 lakhs. Current liabilities, under financial liabilities, trade payables 2,000 lakhs, short-term provisions 2,000 lakhs. Okay, another information, general reserve 30,000. Actually other equity 40,000. So in those 40,000, 30,000 is related to general reserve, 10,000 is related to retained earnings. Okay, next inventory, actually inventory 10,000 lakhs, but in those 10,000 lakhs raw material 5,000 lakhs, finished goods 5,000 lakhs. This is a Q Limited balance sheet. Okay, next statement of profit and loss also given here. So statement of profit and loss. So from I'm reading first P Limited point of view. Next further I will go to Q Limited point of view. Okay, here sales total 2 lakhs. Okay, next other income 3,000. Next total revenue. So here not given. So in those 2 lakhs, yeah, in those 2 lakhs 1,80,000, 20,000 is sales done to Q Limited. Other sales 1,80,000 in those 2 lakhs. Next other income 3,000 is amount is in profit and loss account. So in those 3,000, 1,000 that is in the form of interest from Q Limited. Another one is royalty from in the form of royalty from Q Limited. So the total 3,000 rupees here other income. So total revenue 2,03,000. Next expenses, raw material consumed, so 1,10,000. So in those 1,10,000, yeah, actually opening stock 10,000 is there. Purchase from no nothing, any other purchases. So here now no purchases from Q Limited. In other purchases 1,20,000. So closing stock 20,000. So remaining balance 1,10,000. We know raw material consumption, opening stock plus purchase minus closing stock. Okay, raw material consumption, yeah, we know. So here 1,10,000. So next change in inventories of finished stock. Okay, Actually opening stock 10,000 is there, but closing stock has 1 lakh 15,000. So 5,000 is increases. So the change in inventory of finished goods, how much here? 5,000. So next here employee benefit expenses 30,000 is there. Finance cost, in those finance cost 2,700 actually. P Limited recorded finance cost 2,700 plus, but in those 7,000 in those 2,700, yeah, okay, this is other interest, no transaction with Q Limited, okay, right. Next depreciation 7,000. Next other expenses 10,350 is there, but in those long term provisions, so that is one of the other expenses 100, short term provision 50. Next others 10,000, acquisition expenses 2,000, so total 10,350. Yeah, next total expenses 1,55,050. Actually revenue 2,03,000. So remaining balance profit before tax 47,950. In those profit. Okay. Next current tax 15,000. So in those 11th note 11 total. Yeah, tax provision 15,000 actually. Next deferred tax 2,000, so 17,000 is a tax. Next profit after tax 30,950. This is profit after tax. Okay, right. Next this is the P Limited point of view. Next Q Limited point of view, what is the profit and loss account? Here sales to 80,000. Next here expenses, raw material consumption 48,000. Okay, raw material consumption 48,000. So what is the is it? That is a third note. Yeah, expenses, raw material consumption. So in those raw material consumption, actually opening stock 5,000 is there, purchase from P Limited, so 20,000 is there. So this is 20,000. It is affected in while consolidation of financial statement. While preparing consolidating financial statement, it need to consider other purchases 30,000, closing stock 7,000, total raw material consumption here given 48,000. So changes in inventories of finished stock 3,000 is there. Actually opening stock 5,000, but closing stock 8,000. So increases 3,000 is changes is there. So remind next employee benefit expenses 10,000. So finance cost 1,000. So yeah, actually finance cost interest to P Limited. So this 1,000 is related is need to pay P Limited. Okay. Yeah, next yeah, next depreciation 4,000, other expenses 6,040. Okay, what is the note regarding 6th? Actually other expenses in those other expenses are related to P Limited. So 2,000 is there. So total expenses, total other expenses 6,040 rupees. Okay. Next yeah, statement of other comprehensive income. Statement of other comprehensive income. Fair value gain on investment in subsidiary. Okay, 1,000 in P Limited, and fair value gain on other non-current investments. So 500 to P Limited and 250 is related to Q Limited. Okay. Next further here statement of changes in equity is given here. P Limited, so share capital, general reserve, profit and loss account, fair value reserve, total the opening balance as in 1st April 2001 20,000 is I'm reading first P Limited point of view. Balance as in 1st April 2001, share capital 20,000, general reserve to 1 lakh, profit and loss account 20,000, total 1,40,000. Okay, dividend per the year 2001 2002, and profit and loss account 8,000. So total 8,000. So dividend distribution tax 1,350. So total 1,350. Dividend received from subsidiary company 1,680. So total 1,680. Profit for the year 2001 2002 30,950. Okay. Fair value gain on investment in subsidiary, see note 7. So that is 1,000. Here see note 7. So property, plant and equipment, that is next fair value gain on other non-current investments 500. So transfer to reserve 20,000, 2,000. So actually see note 7 here given, but actually that is note number 8. Okay, note number 8, not 7. Next Q Limited point of view. Balance sheet added on 1st April 2001. Share capital 10,000, general reserve 30,000, profit and loss account 10,000. Okay, total 50,000. Dividend for the year 2001 2002 2,400 in profit and loss account. So total 2,400. So dividend distribution tax this year 400 paid as a dividend distribution tax by Q Limited 400. Okay, profit for the year 2001 2002 here earned 8,960. Next, fair value gain on other non-current investments 250. Next, transfer to reserve from 2000 5,000. Okay, right. Back here, closing balance sheet also given here on 31st March 2002 regarding P Limited and Q Limited. So property, plant and equipment, 7th note, 1,17,000, 45,000. So financial assets, non-current investments of 40,820, Q Limited 1,250, long-term loans 10,000. So current assets, inventory 35,000, 15,000. So financial assets, trade receivables 10,000, 8,000. That is I'm reading P Limited, Q Limited simultaneously. Cash and cash equivalents. See statement of cash flows here written. So 930 in P Limited, 4,200 in Q Limited. Total assets, equity and liabilities. Share capital 20,000, 10,000. Other equity. See statement of changes in equity 1,43,100, 46,410. So non-current liabilities, financial liabilities, borrowings 30,000, 10,000, deferred tax liabilities 7,000, 2,000, long-term provisions 4,600, 930. Okay, current liabilities, financial liabilities, trade payables 8,000, 4,000, short-term provisions 1,050, 110. So next, statement of cash flows given here. Profit after tax 30,950, 8,960. So statement of cash flows related to P Limited and Q Limited. So I am reading simultaneously. Profit after tax 30,950, 8,960. Next, current tax add back 15,000, 4,000, deferred tax 2,000, 1,000, depreciation 7,000, 4,000, finance cost 2,700, 1,000, change in provisions 1,350, 1,960, reversal of interest income 1,000. So working capital adjustments, inventories 15,000, 5,000. So trade receivables 2,000, 2,000. So inventories increases 15,000, 5,000. So trade receivables increase 2,000, decrease 2,000. Trade payables increase 2,000. In Q Limited 2,000. Advance tax 15,000, 4,000. Okay. Next, cash flows from investing activities. Purchase of property, plant and equipment 17,000 in P Limited, 5,000 in Q Limited. That is cash outflow. Acquisition of subsidiary 36,000. That is outflow in P Limited. Q Limited nil. Interest income 1,000. So dividend income 1,680 in P Limited. So Q Limited nil. Cash flow from financing activities. So dividend payment, P Limited paid 8,000. So Q Limited also paid 2,400. Dividend distribution tax P paid 1,350. Q also 400. So interest payment 2,700 P paid and 1,000 he paid by Q Limited. So that is cash flow from financing activities. Next, net changes in equities. Net changes in cash flows 37,070 rupees in P Limited, 3,200 positive in Q Limited. So balance of cash and cash equivalents as in 1st April 2001, that is opening balance. 38,000 this is in P Limited, 1,000 in Q Limited. Balance of cash and cash equivalents as in 31st March 2002, that is closing balance after adjusting 930, 4,200 in Q Limited. So notes accounts here given also sales, other income, raw material consumption. So changes in inventories of finished goods, finance cost, other expenses, property, plant and equipment, fair value of non-current investments, fair value gain, long-term provisions, so short-term provisions. Next, provision for tax and advance tax. Okay, tax provision 15,000, less advance tax 15,000, so nil, note 11. So further information given here on 1st April 2001, P Limited acquired 70% of equity shares. Total 1,000 lakhs shares is there. In those 1,000 lakhs, 70%, so 700 lakhs acquired by P Limited in Q Limited at 36,000 lakhs. Okay. Next, the company has adopted an accounting policy to measure non-controlling interest at fair value. So quoted market price applying Ind AS 103. So accordingly, the company computed full goodwill on the date of acquisition. So shares of both the companies are of face value 10 rupees. Market price per share of Q Limited as on 1st April 2001 is 55 rupees. Enter long-term borrowings of Q Limited is from P Limited. The fair value of net identifiable assets 50,000 lakhs. So okay. Next, P Limited has decided to account for investment in subsidiary at fair value as per Ind AS 27. Okay. Other non-current investments are classified as financial assets at fair value through profit and loss by irrevocable choice as per Ind AS 109. So there is no tax on long-term capital gains. Next, the group has paid a dividend for the year 2001 and transferred to reserve out of profit 2001-2002 as follows. Next, the dividend for the year 2001 P Limited dividend P Limited paid 8,000. So dividend distribution check 1,350, total 9,350. Next, Q Limited share of P Limited 1,680, 280. Q Limited non-controlling interest 720, that is dividend, 120, that is dividend distribution tax. In case of share of P Limited, total 1,960. Non-controlling interest 840, total 2,800. So total 2,400 Q Limited paid dividend and 400. So total 2,800. So here transfer to reserve out of profit for the year 2001-2002, total 20,000 in P Limited. So here trade receivables of P Limited includes 3,000. lakhs due from Q Limited. Okay, this is intercompany owing. Next, here asking the what is the big issue here based on the above financial statements for the year ended 31st March 2002 and information given. Prepare consolidated financial statements. Here asking what is a big project. Okay, the project is preparation of consolidated financial statements. Our project to prepare consolidated financial statements. Okay, right. Here here given opening balance sheet given, closing balance sheet given, same as statement of changes in equity also given, statement of total comprehensive income, that is profit and loss account in respect of P Limited, Q Limited also given. Okay, cash flow statements are given. Okay, based on this information we need to prepare consolidated financial statements. Okay, first we need to identify what are the adjustments, what are the adjustments is required to for better presentation fastly. Okay, here property plant and equipment item is there, so 1,07,000 actually here new plant and machinery purchases, so this is one of the adjustment. Okay, please round up. Next, non-current investments, so this also need to be valued, so this is one of the adjustment. Next, loans also, so total long-term borrowings, so whatever the non-current this is financial asset loans, so these are loans totally given to Q Limited, so this is also intercompany borrowings, so this is required adjustment. Okay, next inventories also adjustment. Inventories also adjustment is required. Next, trade receivables, so here intercompany owing 3,000 lakhs, so this is also adjustment. Next, cash and cash equivalent, so nothing, no adjustment is required. Next, shareholders fund, yeah, share capital, other equity, financial liabilities, long-term liabilities, deferred tax liabilities, long-term provisions. So next, this is opening balance sheet. Yeah, profit and loss account given. Next, statement of changes in equity. So first we need to draw statement of total comprehensive income. So those through statement of comprehensive income we extract the information profit related to profit attributable to parent and non-controlling interest, and then after in other comprehensive income, so other comprehensive income, yeah, other comprehensive income, so in those other comprehensive income, other comprehensive income attributable to parent to non-controlling interest, so we extract the information through drawing of statement of total comprehensive income. This is first. Second, we need to draw a format, prepare a statement of changes in equity. Through statement of changes in equity, we extract the information related to share capital, general reserve, retained earnings, nothing but profit and loss account. Next, fair value reserve. Okay. Next, non-controlling interest. Okay. First, second one, we need to prepare statement of changes in equity. Then after we need to draw balance sheet statement, consolidated balance sheet. Okay, consolidated balance sheet, from statement of total comprehensive income, profit goes to balance sheet, so related to yeah, no, already I presented in statement of changes in equity, so nothing will come from statement of total comprehensive income. So total statement of changes in equity, everything is share capital, general share capital and other equity, so everything goes to consolidated balance sheet. Okay, next, opening balance sheet, closing balance sheet also, closing balance sheet given, so based on closing balance sheet we need to extract the information related to assets, related to liabilities. Okay, yeah, next we need to prepare a statement of cash flows. In the statement of cash flows, so here opening balance sheet given, same closing balance sheet also given, so we prepared a consolidated balance sheet also. So from closing balance sheet, yeah, cash flow statements also given respect to P limited and Q limited. So based on, we need to extract indirect method. We need to here followed indirect method. So we also need to prepare indirect method, consolidated financial statements, consolidated cash flow statement. Profit after tax. First of all, we need to take base profit after tax, and then after we need to add non-cash items. Here given current tax, deferred tax, depreciation, other expenses, reversal of income, reversal of interest income. Okay, next working capital changes, inventory, trade payables, trade receivables. Same here also, dividend, advance tax also given. So next cash flows from investing activity. This is whatever I told, that is the cash flows from operating activities. Next in cash flows from investing activities is here purchase of new asset and acquisition of subsidiary, here dividend income, interest income. Next cash flow from financing activities, here dividend payment, dividend distribution tax, interest payment. Okay, this is in this way we need to prepare. Okay, right. Now presently now I am preparing consolidated statement of profit and loss. Consolidated statement of profit and loss account. Okay, particulars. Yeah, particulars. Here P limited. Okay, Q limited. Next workings. Next to total. Okay. Next here particulars. What are the sales given? Here total sales. Yeah, sales P limited 2 lakhs. Okay, Q limited 80,000. Total workings 2 lakhs. Group total 2 lakhs in P of 2 lakhs sales. P limited done sales 2 lakhs, Q limited 80,000. So in group wise 2 lakhs plus 80,000. Here note 1, what is the given here? Actually in those 2 lakhs 20,000 is sale to Q limited. So it is not actually it is not outside sales. So it is within the group of sales. Okay, it is within the group of sales. So it is not considered. It not to be considered as a sales in group wise point of view. Okay, we need to deduct 20,000. So actually total sales 2,60,000. Here we need to consider total P limited and Q limited consolidated basis. So only one single entity. So one single entity point of view. So it is not actual sales. So we need to deduct 20,000. So actual sales now 2,60,000. Next other income. Other income P limited 3,000. So Q limited 0, nil. So workings here 3,000. Yeah, 1,000 is receivable from interest receivable from Q limited 1,000. Next royalty receivable from Q limited 2,000. So from group point of view, it is not other income. So it is need to be eliminated. So here 3,000 plus 0 minus 3,000. So nil. Next total revenue P limited 2,03,000. Actually in separate P limited P limited as a considered as a separate financial statement. So P limited actually total revenue 2,03,000, P limited 80,000, but group point of view it is only 2,60,000. This is total revenue. Next expenses. Here expenses. So expenses raw material consumed. Raw material consumed. So P limited raw material consumption. How much raw material consumption here? 1,10,000. 1,10,000. So 48,000 in Q limited 48,000. So in those 1,10,000, third note given here. What is the third note given? Yeah, raw material consumption. Opening stock 10,000. So other purchase 1,20,000. So no 1,20,000. This is 1,10,000 need to be considered. No problem. But in those 48,000, in those 48,000, 20,000 from in those 48,000, so 20,000 purchased from P Limited. So from at single point of view, group point of view, it is not outside purchases, so it is within the group, so it is need to be deducted for a group point of view. So 1,10,000 plus 48,000 minus 20,000. So actually, what are the raw material? How much is raw material consumption? 1,10,000 plus 48,000 minus 20,000. So actually, raw material consumption 1,38,000. Okay. Yeah. Next here given raw material consumption. Next changes inventory. Change in inventories. Change in inventories finished stock. Changes in inventory in finished stock. So here need to write changes in inventory in finished stock. Okay. Here 5,000, 3,000. So no adjustment is there regarding fourth note. Opening stock actually 10,000. So closing stock 15,000. So 5,000 is changes. So no any intra-group transactions. Okay, 5,000, 3,000. So 5,000, 3,000. So actually 8,000. Okay. Next, employee benefit expenses. So employee benefit expenses. Employee benefit expenses, individual point of view 30,000, 10,000. Group point of view 40,000. So 30,000 plus 10,000. So 40,000. That is employee benefit expenses. Next, depreciation. Next, finance cost. Finance cost. Okay, 2,700. So no 2,700. In Q Limited 1,000. So in Q Limited finance cost recorded. So this 1,000 is payable to P Limited. So it is within the group. So it is need to be eliminated. So 2,700 plus 1,000 minus 1,000. So actually 2,700 only group point of view finance cost. Next, depreciation. Depreciation 7,000 here. So 4,000 in Q Limited. So total 7,000 plus 4,000, total 11,000. That is the depreciation. Next, other expenses. Okay. Other expenses here. P Limited 10,350. So other expenses, sixth note given other expenses. Okay, in Q Limited 6,040. But in those other expenses of Q Limited, 2,000 is payable to as a royalty to the P Limited. So it is within the group, not outside related expenditure. So it need to be eliminated. So 10,350 plus 6,040 minus 2,000. So total actually other expenses group point of view 10,350 plus 6,040 minus 2,000. So actual other expenses 14,390. Okay, here everything we considered revenue and also expenses. Now we need to add up total expenses. Here 1,10,000 that is raw material consumption, and 5,000 is change in inventory, plus 30,000 that is employee benefit cost. Next 2,700 that is finance cost, and depreciation 7,000. So other expense 10,350. Total actual expenditure 1,55,050 rupees in P Limited. Next, Q Limited 48,000 that is raw material consumption. So 3,000 that is a change in inventory, that is need to be deducted. Next 10,000 that is employee benefit expenses. 1,000 that is finance cost. So 4,000 that is depreciation. 6,040 that is other expenses. Total 66,040 rupees. Okay. Group point of view, actually expenditure actually total raw material consumption that is 1,38,000. Change in inventory 8,000. So for 40,000 that is employee benefit expenses, 2,700 that is finance cost, 11,000 that is depreciation. So 14,390 that is other expenses. So here 1,98,000, 1,98,090 rupees. Okay. Now what is the profit before tax? What is the profit before tax? Actually total revenue 2,03,000 in P Limited. Related expenditure how much? 1,55,000. 1,55,050 rupees. 1,55,050 rupees. So 47,950, that is the profit before tax. Next in Q Limited, actually total revenue 80,000, so total expenditure 66,040 rupees. So actually the profit before tax to Q Limited 13,960. Group point of view, actually total sales 2,60,000, total revenue 2,60,000. So in those expenditure 1,98,090 rupees. So actually 61,910, that is profit before tax to group point of view. Okay, now we need to deduct here given tax expenses. So what is the tax expenses? So current tax how much? So 15,000, 4,000. So there is here no adjustment is given, so 4,000. So total 19,000 group point of view, because this is not any intra-group transaction. So it is 15,000 is paid to outside party, that is tax authorities. So even P Limited need to pay to tax authorities, and Q Limited also paid to tax authorities only here. So total 19,000. Yeah. Now 47,950 minus 15,000. So here 32,950. This is current tax, but deferred tax also form part of tax expense. So we need to deduct deferred tax also, but here given deferred tax 2,000 and 1,000 is related to Q Limited. So total 3,000. This one also need to be deducted as a tax expense. Now profit after tax. What is the profit after tax? After what is the profit after? So 47,950 minus current tax 15,000. So deferred tax 2,000. Total 30,950. That is profit after tax from P Limited. Next 13,960 minus 4,000. Another one is 1,000. That is deferred tax. So 8,960. This is profit after tax from Q Limited. So total group how much? Here 1,98,090 rupees minus 61,910, that is okay, 61,910, that is profit before tax. So here tax expense 19,000. So group point of view, 61,910 minus 19,000, that is current tax, 3,000, that is deferred tax, total 39,910. Okay, here this profit attributable to parent how much? 30,950 plus 70% in Q Limited. So 8,960, 70%. So 6,272, 30,950. Total 37,000, 37,222. 37,222, that is the profit attributable to parent. Next 8,960. So 8,960, 70%. So into 30%, that is non-controlling interest. Non-controlling is 2688. Okay, this is profit and loss. Next other comprehensive income. Next other comprehensive income. Here fair value gain on investment in subsidiary. So fair value gain on investment in subsidiary. On investment subsidy, how much? P Limited 1,000. So Q Limited 0. So fair value gain on investment in subsidy, this is a intra-group transaction. So this is need to be eliminated. So 1,000 minus 1,000 plus 0 minus 1,000. So nil. No fair value gain in investment in subsidy. Next fair value gain on other non-current investments. Here 500 P Limited, Q Limited 250. Okay. Total 1,500. Here 250. But this for other comprehensive income. Related to parent, how much? Non-controlling interest, how much? Here 1,000 eliminated. So 1,000 is not on 1,000 no gain to P Limited. So here only 500. So 500 that is So in those 5000, in 500, that is totally related to parent. In a subsidiary, 250 fair value gain is there on other investments. So in those 250, 70% related to parent. So 500 plus 175, total 675. Next, non-controlling interest 250 into 30%, so 75 only here. So from statement of consolidated statement of total comprehensive income, we find out profit attributable to parent how much, 37,322, and to non-controlling interest 2,688. Same thing, other comprehensive income, parent 675, next NCA 75, non-controlling interest 75 from statement of comprehensive income. Next, we need to prepare statement of changes in equity, consolidated statement of changes in equity. Okay, right. Next, consolidated statement of changes in equity. Okay, right. First, particulars. Here, share capital. Next, general reserve, retained earnings, Next, fair value reserve, next to total, NCI, next to group total. This is format. Share capital. Here share capital given how much? 20,000, 10,000, 20,000. So balance as on 1st April 2001. How much opening here given respective P Limited and Q Limited statement of changes in equity, that is in separate financial statements. Okay, share capital 20,000. So general reserve 1 lakh. Next, retained earnings 20,000. Next, fair value reserve, no balance, opening balance no. Next, total how much? 1,40,000. So here non-controlling interest, non-controlling interest valued on basis of fair value basis, that is a full goodwill value method. So total 1,000 lakhs outstanding sales is there in Q Limited. So in those 1,000 lakhs, 700 lakhs, 70% acquired by P Limited. So remaining 30%. So 1,000 30%, that is 300 lakhs. So the market price of Q Limited 55 rupees. So we need to value on fair value basis. So 300 into 55 rupees. So this is non-controlling interest 16,500. So total 1,40,000, 16,500. Total of 1,56,500. Okay. Next, other one here, dividend for the year. Dividend for the year, how much? From retained earnings, 8,000 paid. So need to take 8,000 only. Total 8,000. Next, dividend distribution tax. How much? 1,350 paid. So it is need to be deducted from retained earnings. So total 1,350. Next, dividend received from subsidiary. Dividend received from subsidiary. So how much? 1,680. So total 1,680. Actually, we know dividend and dividend distribution tax received from subsidiary, it need to be deducted from parent and non-controlling interest. Okay, that is the one typical point we know. Here dividend received from subsidiary, first we need to add up to retained earnings, and then after we need to deduct. Next, year profit for the year. Profit for the year 37,222. Okay, total 37,222. 2688, that is non-controlling interest. Total, no, here total group total 8,000, group total 1,350, group total 1680, sorry 1680, add. Next 37,322, group total 37,322 plus 2688, so 39,910. Okay. Next fair value gain on investment in subsidy, so no treatment is there. Next fair value gain on other non-current investment. Fair value gain on other non-current investment. Fair value gain on other non-current investment. How much? So 675. 675, that is related to parent, and 75 related to NCA. So total 675, 70, total 750. Next dividend for the year 2,400 paid by subsidiary. So dividend paid by subsidiary. Yeah, retained earnings 1680, that need to be deducted from non-controlling interest. So total 1680. From non-controlling interest 720 need to be deducted. So total 2,400. Okay. Next dividend distribution tax. Total 2,400. So in those 2,400, 70% related to parent, 30% related to NCA. So dividend distribution tax. Dividend distribution tax 400. So in those 400, 400 into 70%. So 280 need to be deducted, and total 280. So 120 from NCA. Total 400. Next profit for the year. Okay, already written. Fair value, that one also considered. Next transfer to reserve here. Transfer to reserve. So from retained earnings transfer to reserve, but 20,000, that to be transferred to general reserve. How much? 20,000. So these are all total transactions. Now we need to add total. So total share capital how much? 20,000. General reserve 1,20,000. So retained earnings how much? So actually retained earnings opening 20,000. So 8,000, that is dividend paid by parent. Next 1,350, that is dividend distribution tax, plus 1680, that is dividend distributed from subsidy. So 37,322, that is profit attributable to parent related. Next 675, that is fair value gain on other investment. Next 1680, that is dividend paid by subsidy, that need to be deducted. Another one is 280 dividend distribution tax. So now amount is 48,267. Okay. Next total how much? 1,40,000. So 8,000 need to be deducted. So 1,350 also deducted. 1680 add. 37,322 add. Next 675 add up. Next 720, that is a dividend paid by subsidy. 120 also deducted. So 1,68,727. This is total of share capital, general reserve, and retained earnings. This is total equity. 1,68,727 share capital and equity. Next, non-controlling interest. Non-controlling interest. Sorry. Yeah. Actually, retained earnings 20,000 minus 8,000. That is dividend paid by parent 8,000. So 1,350 dividend distribution tax. Next 1,680 dividend distributed from subsidy. Next 37,322, that is profit. Next 1,680 that is need to be deducted. Next 280 also deducted. Next 20,000 also deducted. So total 27,000 27,592, that is retained earnings. Next fair value reserve 675. So total 1,40,000. So minus 8,000 minus 1,350. Next 1,680. Next 37,322. Next 675. Okay. Next 1,680. Next 280. So 1,68,000. 1,68,267. Okay. Next non-controlling interest. Actually 16,500 opening. That is find out. Next 2,688. Next 75. So here 720, that is dividend 120, that is dividend distribution. Total 18,423. 18,423. Next group total 1,56,500 minus 8,000 minus 1,350 plus 1,680 plus 39,910 plus 750 minus 2,400 minus 400. So 1,86,690. So 1,86,690, that is total. So this is from statement of changes in equity. We have share capital, general reserve, retained earnings, fair value reserve, non-controlling interest. Okay. Next consolidated balance sheet. Consolidated balance sheet. So closing balance sheet here given. Closing balance sheet. Non-current assets. Non-current assets. Non-current assets. Fixed assets. Property, plant and equipment. Property, plant and equipment. Okay. P Limited, Q Limited, workings, total, group. So actually P Limited closing balance 1,17,000. So in those 1,17,000, actually opening balance 1,07,000. Opening balance sheet showing the property, plant and equipment in P Limited 1,07,000. Okay. But a closing balance showing 1,17,000. So depreciation 7,000. So 1,07,000 minus 7,000. So closing balance 1 lakh. So actually now purchases 17,000, that is new purchases. So 1,17,000. Okay, 1,17,000 and 1,45,000. Actually 44,000 opening balance of profit and loss account. Property, plant and equipment 4,000 depreciation. So now extra 5,000 incurred on new assets. So 45,000. Total 1,17,000 plus 45,000. So 1,17,000 plus 45,000. So group point of view, what are the assets? What are the property, plant and equipment? 1,62,000. Okay. Right. Next financial assets. Financial assets, non-current investments. Non-current investments. P Limited 40,820. Actually, 5,000. 40,820. Again 1,250. Okay, but group point of view, actually incurred 36,000 for acquisition of subsidiary. That is one of the investments. So 36,000. The fair values, presently fair value showing 37,000. 37,000. So it is within the group. So don't record non-current investment uh, within the group element. So other investments here, in those non-current investments, other investments. So note 7, note 8. So here note 8, investments subsidiary 37,000. That is that not to be considered. So other investments 5,500 plus 1,250. Group point of view. So 5,500 1,250. So 6,750. Okay. Next, closing balance sheet. Long-term loans. Your long-term loans. In particularly question given total long-term loans. So total borrowings, total long-term loans given to Q Limited. So it is intercompany, intergroup transaction and intercompany borrowings. So it is need to be eliminated from group point of view. So actually P Limited 10,000. So Q Limited no. So 10,000 plus 0 minus 10,000. So nil long-term loans group point of view. Next current assets. Now up to next current assets. Current assets, inventories. Inventories 35,000, 15,000. So group point of view also 35,000, 15,000 because here no transaction, that is no profit element is involved here. In case profit element, we need to unrelated profit deducted for getting group point of view. But here no. So 50,000 total group point of view. That is inventories. Next financial assets. Financial assets, trade receivables. Trade receivables. So 10,000 in P Limited, 8,000 in Q Limited. So here intercompany borrowings given 3,000 lakhs. So 10,000 plus 8,000. So minus 3,000. So 10,000 plus 8,000 minus 3,000, that is 9,000. Sorry, 10,000, 8,000, 15,000. Next, cash and cash equivalents. So cash and cash equivalents, no adjustment is required. So 930 in P Limited, 4,200 in Q Limited. So total 930 plus 4,200. So 930 plus 4,200, total 5,130, 5,130. So this is total assets. So total assets how much? 1,17,000, that is 1,17,000, that is property, plant and equipment. 40,820, that is non-current investment. 10,000, that is long-term loans. Next 35,000, that is inventories. 10,000, that is trade receivable. 9,330, that is cash and cash. Now 2,13,750. Next 45,000, that is property, plant and equipment in Q Limited. 1,250, that is non-current investment. Next 15,000, that is inventory. Next 8,000, that is trade receivables. So 4,200 cash equivalent. So 73,450. Next group point of view, 1,62,000 property, plant and equipment. 6,750, that is investment. So 50,000, that is inventory. 15,000 inventory, 50,000 trade receivable, 15,000. 5,130 cash balance. Total 2,38,880. 2,38,880. Okay. Here one thing I missed out, that is actually we need to calculate goodwill. Here The investment, goodwill, full goodwill value method. First of all, consideration. So 36,000, that is consideration, and any fair value of previously held equity interest. So here no, not given. So next, fair value of non-controlling interest. Here 16,500. So 16,500 plus 36,000, that is investment. Total 52,500. But actually, fair value of net identifiable assets 50,000. So for 50,000, P Limited given 52,500. So extra amount, how much? 2,500. This is goodwill. So non-current assets of property planted below goodwill. How much? 2,500. That is intangible asset. Now total group point of view, 2,38,000. Sorry, 880 plus 2,500. So 2,41,380 total. 2,41,380. Okay. This is assets. Next, liabilities. Equity and liabilities. Equity and liabilities. Share capital. P Limited, Q Limited, workings, total, group. Share capital. Here 20,000, here 10,000. So workings only 20,000 need to be considered in group point of view. Okay. Next, other equity. Other equity, 1,43,100 P, 46,410 in Q. But in group point of view, we know we have how much? Total 1,68,267. In those 1,68,267, 20,000 that is related to share capital. So 1,48,267. 1,48,267, that is a statement of changes in equity. You can take. Next, share capital, other equity. Next, non-controlling interest. Non-controlling interest, how much? 18,423. 18,423. That is equity. Next, non-current liabilities. Non-current liabilities, financial liabilities. Financial liabilities. Borrowings. So 30,000 in P Limited, 10,000 Q Limited. Okay. But here intercompany owings is that this 10,000 is belongs to P Limited. Okay, 30,000 plus 10,000 minus 10,000. So 30,000 group point of view, total borrowings, other outside borrowings. Next, deferred tax liabilities. So 7,000, 2,000, 7,000 plus 2,000, total 9,000. No change. Next, long-term provisions. So long-term provisions, so no adjustment. So here 4,600, 9,930. So 4,600 plus 930, total 5,530. 4,600, 930. Group point of view also 5,530. Next, current liabilities. Current liabilities, financial liabilities. So trade payables here given 8,000, 4,000. We know intercompany owings adjustment 3,000. So 8,000 plus 4,000 minus 3,000. So here 9,000. Next, short-term provisions. Short-term provisions. So no adjustment. Here 1,050, 110, So 1050 plus 110, total 1160. Okay. Next total. So actually 20,000 share capital, other equity 1,43,100. Next 30,000 borrowings. Next 70,000, that is deferred tax liabilities. 7,000, not 70,000. So 4,600, that is long term provisions. 8,000 trade payables. 1,050 rupees, that is short term provision. Total 2,13,750. Next 10,000 share capital, 46,410 in Q Limited, that is other equity. 10,000, that is borrowings. 2,000, that is deferred tax liability. 930 long term provisions. 4,000 trade payables. 110, that is short term provision. 73,450. Next 20,000 group point of view share capital, other equity 1,48,267. Next 18,420, that is non controlling interest. Borrowings 30,000. So 9,000, that is a deferred tax liability. 5,030, that is 5,530, that is long term provisions. Next trade payables, so 9,000. So 1160, that is a short term provision. Total 2,41,380, that is this is consolidated balance sheet. Okay. Next we need to prepare consolidated statement of cash flows. Okay, consolidated statement of cash flows. Consolidated statement of cash flows, particulars. So P Limited, Q Limited, workings, group. So here profit after tax, already respective cash flow statements have profit after tax 30,950. So 8960, total 30,950 plus 8960, total 30,950 plus 8960, total 39,910. 39,910. Next current tax add back. Current tax, so how much? 15,000, 4,000. So 15,000, 4,000, that is 19,000. 19,000. Next deferred tax. Deferred tax 2,000, 1,000. So 2,000 plus 1,000, that is 3,000. Okay. Next depreciation 7,000, 4,000. So 7,000 plus 4,000, that is 11,000. Next finance cost. So finance cost actually 2,700, 1,000, but actually finance cost, in those finance cost 2,700 totally related to other 1,000. Q Limited paid 1,000 to P Limited related. So this is within the intra group. So actually it is not outflow. So 2,700 plus 1,000 minus 1,000. So only actually you need to write 2,700 only. Next change in provisions. So change in provisions, how much? 1,350, that is 196. Change in provisions. So here increases, live provision increases 1,350, 1,960. So total 1,350. Group point of view also it is considered. So no adjustment. So 1,350 plus 1,960. Total 3,310. That is need to be deducted. Next reversal of interest income. Reversal of interest income 1,000, 0. So here adjusted 1,000 plus 0 plus 1,000. So nil. Next working capital adjustments. Inventories. Inventories 15,000. 15,000 increases, 5,000 increases in Q Limited. So group point of view, actually consolidated balance sheet total, in consolidated balance sheet total inventory group point of view 50,000, but in closing balance sheet inventory opening balance sheet inventory how much? 10,000, sorry, 30,000. So actually 30,000 but 50,000. So how much amount increases? 20,000 increases. So we need to deduct 20,000. So from 30,000, 50,000. So 20,000 need to be deducted. Next, trade receivables. Trade receivables actually 18,000, but in opening balance sheet trade receivables yeah 18,000. So 15,000 intercompany owings eliminated, 15,000, but actually here trade receivables are actually 2,000 increases, 2,000 decreases, 2,000 increases, Q Limited 2,000 decreases. So group point of view, closing balance sheet trade receivables total group point of view 18,000, total 18,000. Those 18,000, 3,000 elimination, so total 15,000. But before it has 18,000. So how much decreases? 3,000 decreases. So we need 18,000 but decreases 15,000. So 3,000 add. Next, trade payables. Trade payables. Here cash flow statement regarding trade payables 2,000 decreases, 2,000 decreases in P Limited, Q Limited. So actually trade payables through consolidation 9,000. So actually through closing balance sheet trade payables 8,000. So 8,000 but actually 9,000. So 1,000 increases. So 1,000 add, increases. So add. Next up, here advance tax paid. How much advance tax? 15,000, 4,000. 15,000, 4,000, total 15,000, 4,000, 19,000. So cash flows from operating activities. How much? So profit after tax 30,950. So 15,000 that is current tax need to be added to profit and loss account. 2,000 that is deferred tax. 7,000 that is depreciation. So no cash flows. 2,700. So change in inventory 1,350. Reversal of interest income that is 1,000. So 15,000 that is inventory. 2,000 that is trade receivables plus 2,000 that is trade payables. 15,000 advance tax. So total 25,000. 25,300. Next 8,960 that is Q Limited profit. Next 4,000 add current tax, 1,000 deferred tax, depreciation 4,000. So finance cost 1,000. So change in inventory 1,960. Inventory 5,000. Working capital adjustments. So trade is for 2,000. Trade payables also 2,000. So minus 4,000 that is advance tax. Here 12,000. Next 39,910 plus 19,000 plus 3,000 deferred tax, 11,000 depreciation, 2,700 finance cost. Okay. Next 3,300 10 rupees, that is a change in inventory. 20,000 inventory, 3,000 trade receivables, 1,000 trade payables, 90,000 advance tax. Total 37,300. Okay, this is cash flows from operating activities. Next, cash flow from investing activities. Okay, here purchase of new asset, P Limited, Q Limited, workings total 17,000, 5,000. So 17,000 plus 5,000, that is 22,000 negative balance, outflow, cash outflow. Next, cash flow statement. Next, acquisition of subsidiary. Acquisition of subsidiary. How much? 36,000. But this is group point of view. It is not outflow to outside party, so it is not considered. So plus 0 plus 36,000. Acquisition of subsidiary 36,000. So total outflow 36,000. Okay. Next, interest income. Interest income 1,000. So 0. So this is interest income from Q Limited. So nil. Intra-group element. So nil. No interest income. Next, dividend income. So this one also 1680. 0, 1680 plus 0 minus 1680, because this is also within the group, no outflow. So here 0. Next, here what total of cash flow, total of cash flow from investing activities, 22,000 plus 36,000, total 58,000 negative balance. Next, cash flows from financing activities. So dividend pay amount, dividend payment 8,000, 2,400 total. 8,000 P Limited, 2,400 Q Limited. But actually 8,000 actually paid out. Okay. In 2,400, 1,680 is related to parent. So it is not actually paid out. So 8,000 plus 2,500 minus 1,680. So actually paid out 8,720. It to be deducted. Next, interest in dividend distribution tax. Dividend distribution tax. Here 1,350 paid. Next year 400. So it is not actual. It is not paid to parent. It's paid to outside parties. So 1,750. This is total group point of view. Next, interest payment 2,700 in P Limited, 1,000 in Q Limited. But 1,000 here, 2,700 minus 1,000 plus, because it is not actually paid out. So here only 2,700 paid out. So from cash flow 8720 1750 27 13,170 actually paid out 13,170. Now total from investment activities 25,300 12,037 300. Next from investment activities here P Limited. So purchase of new 17,000 negative balance, 70,000 outflow, 36,000 also outflow. So 1,000 next 1680. Total here 50,320. Next Q Limited 5,000 only. That is from investment activities 5,000 outflow. Here 50,320 outflow. So 58,000 that is outflow. Next cash flow from financing activities 8,000 plus 1350 2,700. So 12,050 this is outflow. In Q Limited 2,400 plus 400 plus 1,000. Here 3,800 outflow. Okay. Now changes in cash and cash equivalents. Cash and cash equivalents. So actually 25,300 that is cash inflow from operating activities. So cash flow from investing activities that is negative balance 50,320. So 12,050 also from financing activities. Total 37,070. Next decrease in cash and cash equivalents 37,070. Same in Q Limited. In Q Limited 12,000 inflow from cash operating activities. Next 5,000 outflow. So 3,800 that is auto. Remaining balance 3,200. Next from total point of view 37,300 positive, that is cash flow from operating activities minus 58,000, so 20,700 again 13,170, total 33,870. So net decreases in P Limited 37,070 rupees. Net increases in Q Limited 3,200. Total group point of view 33,870. Net decreases. Now opening cash and cash equivalents on 1st April 2001. How much? You know, 38,000 1,000. 38,000 1,000. Okay, total 39,000. So P Limited 38,000 minus 37,070. So closing balance 930. That is balance of cash and cash equivalents as on 31st March 2002. Next 4,200 Q Limited. Group 39,000 minus 33,870. Total 5130. 5130. That is closing balance. Okay. This is consolidated financial statements, the big problem. Okay, right. Please subscribe my channel SR for CA. I hope it is useful to you. Please like it, comment and share it. Please stay tuned on my channel. Okay, right. Thank you.